New business item number 4, Mr. Blanchard.
Mr. Mayor, I move that ordinance 2009-001 rescinding the pawn shop ordinance be approved.
Second.
And Chief Kimmel will brief us on this.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Members of council, some time ago, almost a year ago, this time we were subject to a rash of burglaries. We found some deficiencies in our current city ordinance for pawn shops, and Mr. Reardon was contacted by some of his constituents. We met with Mr. Reardon and we attempted to update our city ordinance. Subsequent to that ordinance, we had a public review. We had some comments about and concerns about the ordinance. Quite frankly, our Special Operations Bureau agreed that the state law was probably more beneficial for their investigations and operations and more stringent, quite frankly. And so we asked Sheriff Deaver to give us a letter authorizing us to do enforcement under his guise as who is the sheriff's responsible in the county for the pawn shop investigations. He did provide that letter giving us the authority to use the state law in the city limits, and we feel it's a win-win situation, thereby not requiring this ordinance anymore. It's actually consistent with our goal to cite under state laws when possible, which is in our current court agreement as well.
Mr. Reardon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Chief Kimmel. I want to recognize Sharon Lake as the constituent who made the call, and I appreciate her diligence and her work to identify for us some difficulties that she was observing in terms of the enforcement of that ordinance. We also got some help from the pawn shop owners and dealers here in Sierra Vista. I want to thank them also for their cooperation and input to make this recession of this ordinance a possibility. I appreciate that. So that's how government's supposed to work. Our citizens see a deficiency, they see a need, they contact the city, and we take action. So I appreciate their help. Thank you, Sharon, and thank you to the gentleman in the back who from the pawn shop dealers. Thanks very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's all I've got.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? All in favor? And it's unanimous. Congratulations to all of you. Item number 5, Ms. Husking.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2009-023, acceptance of Michelle Cotner's resignation and appointment of Diane Ricks to the Tourism Commission, said term to expire June 30th, 2010, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Mr. Mayor, Ms. Ricks is in the audience. Would you like to? There she is.
Thank you. And it was a unanimous vote. Item number, where are we, 6? Yeah. Item number 6, Mr. Reardon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2009-024, acceptance of John Neal's resignation and appointment of Larry Lane to the Industrial Development Authority, said term to expire March 26, 2012, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? Would you like to identify?
Yes, Mr. Lane is with us tonight. Could you raise your hand, please? Thank you, thank you. I'd like to also make a comment to the council that Mr. Lane is a former city councilman at Seabrook, Texas. So he brings to the IDA a tremendous amount of expertise and experience in city government, and we're glad to have him aboard. Thanks very much.
Be very helpful if we ever get a hurricane.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Turning to call the public, and I have no indication.
No, we have one more.
One more.
Have we?
Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry. Mr. Hampton, item number 7.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2009-025, appointing Patrice Nicholson to the Citizens Advisory Commission, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? And is Ms. Nicholson
Yes,
here?
Ms. Nicholson is here.
There she is. Thank you, ladies, and Larry very much. All right. And now the call to the public, and I have no notes that anybody from the public wishes to address the council, and we're ready for comments and requests of the council. Ms. Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to mention that our next city council meeting on Thursday, February 26th, following that council meeting will be a performance by the Craigmore Contemporary Traditional Celtic Music. And I say following that because we're hoping that by 7 o'clock when this performance will start, city council meeting will be over. The Craigmores are sponsored by the Art Discovery Series, which is are sponsored by the city. And this is the second to the last performance that we have in the Art Discovery Series. So I encourage people to go. It's going to be at Buena High School. The performances, as I said before, start at 7 o'clock. The tickets will be $22, and they can be purchased at the Parks and Leisure facilities. I guess that's Ethelberger Center and Oscar Ebron Community Center, and at Safeway. So again, that's called looks like a quartet of the Craigmores, and it's a contemporary traditional Celtic music. On Thursday, February 26th at 7 o'clock p.m. at Buena Performing Arts Center. Having said that, I will now I'll wish you a safe President's Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Husky.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just have one item for all of those of you who may be interested in helping out with scholarships to both military children and adults in continuing education. There is a wonderful fundraiser given by the Spouses Club on Fort Huachuca at the Thunder Mountain Activity Center on the 21st from 7 to 10. It is an art auction and wine tasting. So they have helped the Fort Huachuca community get their education for many, many years, and this is a different venue for them, and they're hoping to add to the number of people that they can give scholarships to. So if you would like to, please feel free to go. They'd love to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ridgeon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just one item tonight. I'd like to welcome Mrs. Elaine Clem to the city. She's a police records clerk. So welcome aboard to Elaine. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hampton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Also, just one item. I'd like to take this time on behalf of the council and the mayor to thank all of our new commission members and all of the current members serving on boards and commission. You provide really a critical, invaluable service to the city and to us here on the council. So thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Blanchard.
I have nothing.
Mr. Miller.
I don't have anything to add tonight, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
That, this meeting is adjourned.